There are many reasons why I want to work at Thrive, and to organize my thinking, I created an acrostic poem built around the word thrive. The first reason I want to work at Thrive is because of the thoughtfully designed principles that are at the foundation of the school. The qualities of community-mindedness, college-prepared, and career-inspired are all tools and avenues that will be very empowering to students, and I believe that it's been very well thought out. The second reason that I want to work at Thrive is because of the happy children. Children are my inspiration, and children push my practice. I am inspired every day by the children in my classroom, and I can't wait to be a part of the community down by San Diego State. The third reason I want to work at Thrive is because of the rigorous curriculum that is set forth through project-based learning. PBL has transformed my teaching, and I find it very important in building the skills of collaboration and problem solving. Another reason why I want to be a part of Thrive is because of how important Thrive will be for the future of our students. Thrive seems to be an environment where we'll nurture the student, it's learner-centered, and they'll be prepared for their future steps, and I want to be a part of something so powerful. Another reason why I want to work at Thrive is because I believe that Thrive values the community of teachers, parents, and learners. Together we are better, and together we will be successful. And I believe fully in my teaching philosophy that without that symbiotic relationship of those three, things cannot be as successful as they could with the power of educators, learners, and parents. The final reason that I want to work at Thrive is because it's exciting to open a new school and to build a community of learners, parents, teachers from your imagination and from your hopes and your dreams. And ever since walking through the doors and meeting Shelley and Nicole, I've been eager and excited as the best way to describe it, and I would love to be a part of what Thrive is and what Thrive will be. What do I want you to know about me as a teacher? Well, as a teacher, the children, their family, and my practice mean the world to me. As a teacher, I know that I am responsible for guiding children through difficult tasks, to make their wonderings and dreams heard and possible. I teach them empathy, responsibility, self-efficacy, just as I would teach them basic skills. As a teacher, I care deeply about the families of my students. I see them as a crucial part of the success of our classroom community and their child's future. As a teacher, I'm committed to lifelong learning. I often reflect, refine, and strengthen my practice through professional developments, the advice and expertise of my colleagues, and I do it all for my students so that they can have best teaching practices and they can have everything that they need in order to be successful. To me, there's nothing more challenging and rewarding than being a teacher in someone's life. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you a sample project idea that I have. And when building a project, one of the most important elements I find to make it engaging and powerful for students is to listen to student voice. It's critical to me that when I plan a project, I need to build my essential question around the wonderings and the interests of my students. This project that I've been thinking of comes from the Curiosities and an imaginative play that my kindergartners had last year. We never did this project, however, it would have been an amazingly authentic piece that we could have had as a next project. The project is centered around students becoming spies or detectives and solving problems. The essential question would be something as basic as, how do people solve problems? And the project, of course, would be woven into all different subject areas, hitting literacy, math, science, engineering, art. It's pretty endless with the way that we can integrate this project into all areas. One of the most exciting parts for me when planning a project is thinking about the launch. This launch, I would imagine we could do a scavenger hunt where the students are paired with an older buddy and they're given little clues that will take them around the school looking for different things and solving problems together. The launch is really important because it will begin that discussion and start that excitement for what our project entails. With this project, I would introduce many different mystery stories to my students, dissecting those stories, figuring out what makes them good stories. It will help our reading and it will help our writing. I could imagine that we could do mystery math, which could be what's the missing shape in this pattern, or what doesn't belong in this group. We could do lots of mystery writing, where we create our own characters. We could bring those characters to life. This is also an exciting project to implement critical skills for critical thinking, like social thinking, for example, thinking with your eyes. It could also be great for perseverance skills, never giving up when something doesn't go right. Mistakes are part of the mystery. Thinking about role-playing, bringing in different scenarios, maybe extravagant scenarios that they won't encounter in their own lives, like you go camping and you come home from a hike and there's bears eating all of your food. What do you do? You could also make it really relatable problems, such as you find something really cool on the playground and you know it's not yours. What do you do? Go through different scenarios, and you can understand that everyone's thinking is different and problems can be solved in many different ways, but there is still a formula that we can follow when we take steps of solving a problem. So to me, it all seems really relatable and it's student-centered. And when thinking about a final project to exhibit to the community, I can imagine we could create our own mystery novels, our own mystery stories, and we could take our characters and we can turn them into action figures and create all the different types of props for them, thinking about what they need, and binoculars, spy goggles, something to take pictures with that's really discreet, and giving students that imaginative piece and that critical thinking piece of how can I write a story that makes sense and is a mystery, and then I need to now create it and turn my detective into an action figure. I think that with all PBL and with all projects, it's really exciting to have this idea and to have such an outcome that seems very difficult for students, but then taking that journey and building the steps to scaffold and the steps to give them the power and the creativity that they need to create such an awesome product. It's really exciting to see them at the end of their project with such an interesting, original, and thoughtful final piece. And I would love to do this project. I've been thinking about it for a really long time now, and I think it would be really empowering to students and they could gain a lot out of it socially and academically.